And good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful day out here in February, and I'll tell you all about the weather in just a moment. On our show today, we have General Services Director Bruce Hartley, who sat down with Lisa and talked about many of the projects that are going on in the community, from landscape to the bus system to even paving. So stay tuned and you'll hear all about that. Also, Dr. Yuris Bunkus is coming in. It's been a while since he's been here. He oversees Orange County Plastic Surgery. He's going to show some before and after pictures and then a few other things as well, some other events that he's gotten involved in. And then Jennifer Carmarker stops by with all the latest news from the globe, and those papers are out. If you would like to go out and pick up one, maybe you don't have it delivered, you can come down here to the Community Center building, stop by their office and get one there. Now, as far as meetings go today, United has their landscape median tour. It meets at 9 o'clock in the boardroom. So if you're watching us in the morning, if you're watching us live and you're part of that, better get up and go, because it's going to meet in just a few minutes. Then Mutual 50 has their agenda prep meeting over at the towers at 10 o'clock. Now the weather, and very similar to what we had yesterday. Today might be a degree warmer, but that's really going to be about it. But other than that, this high pressure system is lingering with us. There is going to be a low that's going to be beginning to drop down over the weekend, probably a Saturday into Sunday. More than likely it's a cutoff low, meaning it's a little bit hard to predict. And now any chance of rain has kind of been thrown by the wayside, but the possibility is maybe Monday evening into Tuesday now. And that is because when this low pressure system comes down, it's really going to be southwest of us off our coast, and any moisture that it brings in will actually spin up from Baja California. We'll probably get more humid conditions. As you can see, let me step aside here, you can see we're going to get a lot more clouds coming in Sunday and Monday, but originally that rain was thought to be brought down more from the north, and it just doesn't look like that's going to happen. However, you can see the temperatures on Monday, Sunday and Monday, are what our normal temperatures should be. Really, our normal temps around this time of the year should be 62 to 65 or so, but we've been well above that. So big drop in temperatures as we get to Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, maybe Wednesday of next week, and we'll see if anything comes with that. Let's look around Orange County and elsewhere today. Pretty much what we had yesterday. As you can see, it's nice and clear out. Beaches are really going to range anywhere from Huntington Beach down to Dana Point, San Clemente area. They're going to vary by about 6-7 degrees, just depending what beach you go to. So I kind of put it in the middle there at 76. That's kind of what I'm thinking Laguna Beach will be. And then the rest of the county in the low to slightly mid-80s, as you can see. Up in Big Bear, warm. I mean, 60 degrees. It's just been, for up there, it's been quite warm over these last few weeks, really since the start of the year. And Palm Springs, 89 degrees. So cooling off somewhat tomorrow, more so on the weekend, and then we'll see if any moisture begins to come in from that low pressure system. It just depends where the center of that low ends up landing. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Get out and live your life with the Buzz Around XL travel scooter from Golden. The Buzz Around is fun to drive with a tight indoor turning radius so you can go just about anywhere. It's also so easy to charge and offers all-day range so you can go further. The Buzz Around even has more leg and foot room for all-day driving comfort. Be safe with the XL's ultra-bright LED headlight. Plus, the Buzz Around XL can be easily taken apart into several lightweight pieces. See for yourself just how easy and affordable mobility freedom can be.
Hi, welcome back. We have Bruce Hartley, who's the General Services Director for Village Management Services with us. Thanks for being here.
Good afternoon, Lisa. Glad to be here.
So I hear you have an awful lot of updates for us.
Yeah, we have a pretty full plate and a lot going on, so I do have a lot of things to update you on. And we gave an update this morning to the VMS board and some of the other directors that were there. It's been a busy year. I've been here about a year and 4 months, and just under a year into my stay here, I was given landscape. So that's about 4 months ago, and landscape had a lot of issues, and we've been working really hard on those. And so I'm going to start off with kind of giving you an update on that operation, because I know most people are really interested in that.
Okay.
Just in the last few months, we promoted a manager, and so we have Larry Hernandez, our new landscape manager, and we have filled 2 of the vacancies in landscape supervisors. We have 1 more vacancy. So our management team is set. We're getting to a lot more one-on-one customer contact, and that's really been my focus, is reestablishing good customer service, good contact with the customers, trying to resolve their issues on a one-on-one basis, and following in Brad's direction. He wants to get to yes. He wants us to be able to say, yes, we'll take care of that, try to not look to procedures or other roadblocks, and really get people's problems taken care of. So in the landscape area, we had a lot of outstanding work orders and tickets. We're working on those, making progress, made a lot of changes, and our crews are really catching up on a lot of the back work. So that's been the most exciting part, is actually turning that around and seeing a trend with reduced number of requests, reduced number of complaints, more requests being closed out. So I think we've done really well there.
Great.
We're also rolling out our Arbor Pro software for tree management. That went live this month, so all our scheduling and our tree work and work history is being captured now, and our schedules and tree information will be available to residents probably by mid-year through the village website, so that they can go on and see where their trees are, what type they are, do some research on that. So we had a lot of requests for that. So those are the 2 main things in the landscape that we really are excited about.
Very good. Great.
Transportation is an ever-evolving operation here. We just purchased 2 new buses. Those were approved, and the first one's been delivered. We're waiting on the second one probably early summer, and those will be our first 9-passenger buses. We've been running 26-passenger diesel buses, and now we're going to a smaller version, much more comfortable, quieter, and still with ramps and places to put your walkers and your power carts and those kinds of things. So we're hoping people will like those. We'll use those primarily for our plan-a-ride services, where you schedule your rides, rather than the routes that just go consistently around the community all day. We've added Saturday, Sunday, and holidays to Plan-a-Ride for 2018, so it's all by appointment, and we'll take you where you need to go and pick you up rather than you waiting. So that's exciting.
That's great.
And our new scheduling software that allow folks to do that online through apps rather than calling in, that's being developed right now. It'll start rolling out in March, and by mid-year we hope to have it to where people can use computers at home, apps if they're smartphone capable. So we're expanding it to hopefully make it easier for folks to use that system and be able to track where the bus is, all the kinds of things that Uber does. Our software will do as well.
Will you have a training on how to use that software for the residents?
Yeah, yes, we will. We do bus information meetings every other month. We do them. We alternate between Clubhouse 1 and the towers.
Okay.
We do those 3rd Wednesday of the month, I believe, and we'll add that component to it. And we'll do a lot more advertising, rollout of it, maybe even some special classes on it, because that's really where we want residents to go, so that they can do self-scheduling, squeeze their appointments in rather than calling and waiting and so forth. And we think that'll be a great service.
Okay.
Especially with folks that are, like I said, very agile with their smartphones.
And there's a lot of them.
There are.
I'm really impressed by how many different people have their smartphones and they have their iWatches. It's really great.
Also on the buses, we have our drivers now have iPads, so they can track where their next plan-a-ride person needs to be picked up. It helps them schedule the routes. They can get information, updates constantly from our office, so that they can be added to, so they don't have to go back to the office to get a reservation. So that's working out really well as well.
Okay.
In our in our paving operation, which is actually streets and sidewalks, we do very little paving, but we do all the street signs, the street sweeping, all the concrete repair, wall repair. I could go on. They do a lot of things. That's an operation that, when I first got here, had about 800 open work orders, or what we call tickets here. When somebody calls resident services and requests something, they open a ticket. It was 800. It was spanning 2 to 3 years of backlog, which is just unacceptable. We're now down under 500. We're in the 400 range, and we're working on 2017 tickets, nothing prior, which might sound like not a good thing, but when you look at where we came from, we're making great progress. We're getting a lot of concrete work done. We've done some promotions. We have some great leaders on that team, and we're now getting customer service much quicker. And obviously, priority requests get done right away now. They don't just wait. And our residents are really liking that, especially with elderly residents, where you want to make sure all your sidewalks and walkways are safe. There's no trip hazards. So we're trying to be much faster, much more responsive. So that's going the right direction as well. That's another operation that it needed some efficiency, and we're getting there.
Yeah, I saw one of the pictures that you had did have a sidewalk, and it looked really nice, so people can get up and down it quite easily.
Yeah, we do sidewalk repair, we do driveway replacement, wall repair. We put in handicap ramps at the community center, the building we're in right here. We added some handicap parking out front, and our crews actually poured the handicap ramps. One of our maintenance and construction engineers designed it for us, and then we install it so it meets all the codes and gives people added access. So we have a lot of resources here, and it's nice to see the pace picking up, the efficiencies picking up, so that we don't have that backlog.
Great.
Our custodial operation, some folks know about and some don't. Obviously, if you use our community centers, all those are maintained by VMS staff. We have 2 shifts, morning and night. We keep those clean. We do it 7 days a week. We also do work in the mutuals. We clean garden villa buildings. We clean freestanding laundries. We do a lot of other work, carport cleaning, garage scrubbing, pressure washing, a lot of things. We have about almost 40 people that do that on a daily basis. And we also have a contract for the community center building and the village greens. That's going to be rebid shortly, but that operation needed some improvements, to, let's say, some efficiencies, and we've really come a long way. You don't even hear any complaints anymore, and it's same day requests are taken care of. So we're really proud of that, and I like it when there's compliments, but we love it when there's no complaints. It means people are happy, and that things are getting done, and that our crews and staff are doing what they're supposed to. We're looking at efficiencies there. When I got here, it was by mop and broom. Everything was either hand swept or mopped, and they're mopping huge facilities, big floors. So now we're mechanizing, and we're doing scrubbers and vacuums and so forth, and bringing some technology to that and moving that along. That's been great, and that has resulted in having some available manpower out of that operation to pick up other things. Our bulky item program through our waste management contract was always a source of complaints. Constantly we get calls, people dumping things, not calling resident services, not calling for those to be picked up. They just leave them in the community. So now we're picking those up proactively, and we're actually removing 80 cubic yards a week of materials that people dump. That's furniture, appliances, whatever. They just dump in the community, don't make any calls, and we're stacking in 40 cubic yard containers as tightly as we can get them, and 2 a week are being taken out. Waste Management's doing that free of charge, just to help us alleviate those complaints. And now we get very few complaints. We get requests, and they're same day picked up. It's a lot of work, but that one of the kind of minor things we do that really has a big impact, because people just don't like seeing those discarded items around the community. So that's a quick snapshot on most of our operations. It's about a $20 million budget between general services and the addition of landscape, and we have over 220 employees. It's a huge operation. It's a pretty well-oiled machine, a lot of room for improvement. We're doing that daily, and we appreciate coming on to TV6 and letting residents know what we're doing and how hard we're working to meet their needs. And like I said, we want to get to yes. We want to make them happy. We want to make their requests. We want to meet them quickly and work around the roadblocks and get things done. And so I think we're doing a good job of that.
Very good. one thing that we were talking about earlier is, landscaping, and you are an arborist.
I'm an certified arborist. I have a Bachelor's of Science degree in horticulture from Cal Poly. So I've started my career many, many years ago in landscape maintenance and worked into park maintenance and management and so forth. But yeah, very extensive landscape background, and actually spent 3 years as a forestry major at Humboldt State. So
oh, really?
yeah, a lot of tree bark in my blood. So.
Well, with 32,000 different types of trees, I guess that comes in handy, doesn't it?
Yeah, we have over 300 species of trees, individual species,
Okay.
and we have over 32,000. Those were just inventoried. We have GPS locations on every tree, and we'll start developing a work history on those with this new software. There's no work history on those trees. They're all trimmed in-house with 2 crews, and all the wood waste is 100% recycled and used as
Great.
mulch back on our village
Love
properties.
that.
Yeah, so it's a great operation.
All sounds good.
Yeah, it is good.
I'm glad you could share
Yeah,
that with us. Thank you very much. We'll hopefully catch you next time.
Yeah, we'll be back in a month or so, and we'll give you another update.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Life changes, but your routine doesn't have to. With Coastal Medical Alert, you are never alone. With Coastal Medical Alert, there are no hidden fees, setup fees, and your installation and activation of your device are absolutely free.
Coastal Medical Alert is a wonderful thing to have, and I wouldn't be without it.
Coastal Medical Alert, proudly serving the Laguna Woods community. Call today for more information.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
Do you hear but not understand? I have good news for you. A proprietary system for verifying hearing correction, Verified Best Speech Clarity, is now available through the All-American Hearing Network. This means hearing improvement can now be verified and documented. Your individual hearing correction is guaranteed in writing. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot. Try AMP, the world's smallest hearing aid at an unbelievably small price, just $750. It's ready to go in one visit, comfortable to wear, and virtually invisible when worn. Yes, you can now have verified best speech clarity. Hear every word. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot, risk-free.
Hi, welcome back. Looking and feeling our best goes hand in hand when it comes to aesthetic treatments and plastic surgery. So you want to go to somebody that's credible and knowledgeable. Today I have Dr. Juris Bunkus of Orange County Plastic Surgery with us to tell us our options. Welcome, Dr. Bunkus.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Well, welcome back to the show. How are things going?
Very well, thank you.
You said you've been busy.
Very busy work-wise, very busy with my diplomat role. I've had a very, very busy couple of months.
Very good. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about some of those things, but first let's introduce the community to your education. What are some of the things that you've done?
Oh gosh, I finished medical school in Canada at the University of Toronto. I went down to New York to Columbia University and I did 5 years of general surgery. And I followed that with 2 years at Harvard University in plastic surgery. And I probably learned more than anything once I finished, and I went to University of California, San Francisco to teach. Okay. There's a lot more pressure as a teacher than as a student because you have to know all the answers, and I just kept on studying while I was teaching.
Right. Well, and then the students are probably asking you questions where you have to, oh yes, I know the answer to that, right?
Absolutely.
And then what about some of the experiences that you had? So once you graduated, then what did you end up doing after that?
I taught at University of California, San Francisco full-time for a number of years, and in 1983 I went into private practice, and I've been in private practice since 1983.
Okay, and is that only in Orange County or other areas?
No, I was up in the Bay Area for 20 years, and I came down to Orange County in 2001 because my son was a very good little baseball player and it was recommended by some coaches that he go to high school in Orange County, and that's why we moved.
Oh, very good. And you enjoy it here in Orange County?
Very much so. I'm not leaving.
Well, that's good to hear. Let's talk a little bit about your practice that you have in Newport Beach, and I think you also do have other locations?
I have a location in Northern California in the Bay Area as well.
All right.
And I see patients there once every 6 weeks or so, but most of my work is down here in Orange County.
And we have a picture of your facility in Newport, and that's located off of what street again?
It's on Birch Street, about a block from the airport to the junction of MacArthur and Birch.
And tell me a little about some of the services that you provide.
We have a physician's assistant, Crystal Osborne, very, very great little gal. She does a lot of our laser work, our IPLs, our injectables, and I do those as well if somebody wishes to have them. We have a two-tiered pricing scheme where it's a little cheaper with Crystal, and a lot of patients prefer to go to see her.
Okay.
But my end of it is mainly the surgery part, and we offer a full gamut of aesthetic type procedures, everything from face, eyes, ears, nose, breast, and tummies.
Okay, and we have a picture up now where, why don't you tell me some of the things that you did here?
Well, this is a 46-year-old lady who had her operation for free because it's my wife. And you can see she has the typical signs of aging where she gets heavier in the bottom part of her face and underneath her chin. And we lifted that up and transformed her face from kind of a pear shape to a V shape. And the only other thing I did for her is I raised her eyebrows a little bit. I raised them 2 or 3 millimeters because when she was younger, that's where her brows were. And I have a picture in my office of my wife when she was 23 years old, and another one where she's 60. And the contour of her face looks very, very similar. Obviously, the skin texture.
I think we actually have that
do?
photo.
Oh, there
it
we
is.
go. I didn't know you had it, but that's her at 23 and that's her at 60.
It's amazing.
And you can see that the contour is very, very similar. She looks like the same person.
Well, you know, and that's and on the picture before, when you look at from the side, you can really tell the difference in the lower part of the face, like you said.
Yes.
Like here, right in here, you see the what is it, the jowl area? Is that what you call that?
Yeah, this is the
your
jowl
neck?
area,
Okay.
and that's the submental or under the chin area.
Okay.
But
It
that's
makes such a difference in distinction there.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Very good. Let's maybe look at the next slide. Oh, a gentleman.
This is a gentleman who was 76 years old and worked as an insurance broker, and told me that he was losing business because he thought he felt old. And we did his eyes and his face, neck. And you can see these pictures are taken 3 weeks after surgery.
Wow.
If you look at that after picture on the side, the incision still looks a little pink around his ear. But I put this picture in just to show how quickly you can return to normal functioning and so forth. And this guy's business really picked up after he had this done. And part of it is, I think, when you look better, you feel better about yourself.
Right.
And you have a positive attitude yourself, and you just get more done.
Well, exactly. And the eyes makes a huge difference. He looks super tired in the
Yes.
one, and then he looks all bright-eyed and ready to go.
Yep.
Excellent. I like that. Oh, and this is quite a transformation.
When you do a lift, and on her I did a facelift and I did her eyes and a brow lift, but when you do a lift, you do not change the texture of your face. So what I did for her in addition was a full face laser just to remove the wrinkles. And the before picture, she was 79 years old. The after picture, she was 81. And quite a transformation.
So tell me about the lift. What do you mean the lift is different?
A facelift, you make an
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, a facelift, you make an incision around the ear.
Okay.
And you lift the skin up and you reattach the muscles higher up where they used to be when you were younger.
Okay.
To reestablish that V-shaped neck to take away the fullness from the jowls.
Okay.
And when I put the skin back, I never pulled the skin tight because half the women that you see around here at South Coast Plaza, they look done. And I don't like a done look, you know. I just put the skin back, remove the excess, but I don't pull the skin tight.
Right. Well, and it's also a nice way to you know, grow old gracefully.
Yes.
Without looking done, like you said. You said you did a laser on her. What kind of laser was that?
A CO2 laser.
Okay.
There are many different types of lasers, and they vary by how deeply they penetrate. And if someone has very few fine lines, then you can use one of the lighter lasers, like a fractional laser.
Okay.
But when your lines are this deep, you have to go deeper in order to remove them.
If someone just wanted to have a laser alone, what would be the downtime for that?
Much more than a facelift. Laser,
Really?
you're raw for about 10 days.
Okay.
And afterwards, you're very, very pink, and that pinkness can take about 6 months to go. It's a prolonged recovery, whereas most patients who've had a facelift 2 weeks later, they're back to their usual activities, and the downtime is much less, but they treat completely different things. One treats texture, and one treats shape and sagging and so forth.
Okay. All right. Well, I like to show the difference. I think that's great. Now, do we have any more slides? I wasn't sure if there was any more after that. I think, well, we're still on the one gal, so no worries there. Let's talk about some of the events that you have coming up. I know you've got one in March and in May.
Yes. Our March event is based on breasts, breast enlargements, breast reductions, breast lifts, and so forth. And it's our springtime event. That's kind of the time of year when people start thinking about their bikinis and getting breasts done. And we are having a special price-wise that evening, and we're also giving away a pair of breast implants that evening.
Wow.
So that's going to be our March event. And in May, we have one connected with Mother's Day, and that's going to have a female theme. We're going to talk about non-surgical fat reduction with our new sculpture laser. We're going to talk about Thermiva, which is a radiofrequency vaginal rejuvenation, and the usual things like Botox and the fillers and all the things that moms like to get. That's going to be our theme for May.
Well, they both sound really nice, and the fact you're giving away stuff is amazing. That's a pretty good prize.
It brings people in.
Nice. And then if people have want additional information or want to know about that, they can go ahead and go to your website.
That's correct. Our website is orangecountyplasticsurgery.com.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for being with us. I really appreciate it. And if you guys want to know anything more about what Dr. Uraspunkus does, go ahead and go to their website. We'll be right back after this.
At El Toro Pharmacy, your health needs and your quality of life is our top priority. We can be trusted with all your prescription needs, delivered free to your doorstep. Call us to have your prescription transferred. We will take care of everything. No hassle to you. We are a full-service pharmacy carrying all your over-the-counter medicines at competitive prices. And we offer complete diabetic care and your immunization requirements too. Under new management, come visit us in Moulton Plaza. El Toro Pharmacy will never be undersold, and we offer the finest after-sales services.
Turn your search into fun.
If your family is searching for a new car with better gas mileage, better features, and a better deal, then come to Nissan of San Juan Capistrano or Nissan of Irvine. Now, during the Master the Drive sales event, you can get 0% 60-month financing on a new 2017 Nissan Sentra SV or a new 2017 Nissan Altima. Plus, get $500 Nissan cash. Turn your family search into find at southocnissan.com.
Turn your search into fun.
Welcome back. I have Jennifer Carmarker with the Globe headlines today. Thank you for being here. Boy, a lot of stuff going on.
Wow.
Breathtaking.
Breathtaking. This quiet little village kind of exploded yesterday, so I'm going to lead with the big story that everyone wants to know about. Sheriff's deputies responded just after 1 p.m. Tuesday to shots fired in Laguna Woods Village, with the suspect apparently angered by new floor plans for his home, shot by at least one deputy and taken to a hospital. The suspect, a Laguna Woods Village resident, was said to have been upset with the floor plans for the home he purchased months ago. The man, later identified by officials as 65-year-old Paul Mano, was taken by ambulance to Mission Hospital in Mission Viejo in extremely critical condition. The Sheriff's Department and hospital officials confirmed Wednesday that Mano died at the hospital on Tuesday. The Globe caught up with Jennifer Heflin, a real estate agent for the suspect. She said she delivered floor plans and was working with a contractor to remodel the home on the 600 block of Avenida Sevilla. Sensing that there might be a confrontation, Heflin called the contractor before entering the home and turned the phone speaker on in case things got out of hand, she said. When the suspect saw the plans, she recounted, he began yelling, "These aren't right." Then, she said, he pulled out a pistol and threatened to shoot the contractor who was waiting outside. The contractor, Dennis Metzler, said when he heard the threats on the phone, he called 911. Sheriff's deputies arrived and entered the house, Metzler said, while he and Heflin waited in a nearby carport. They went to his door yelling, "Put the gun down, get down," and then we heard the shots, Metzler said. He added that there was one shot followed by 4 shots.
Well, you know, that is just amazing. And then what the real estate agent did was so smart.
Oh, can you believe that?
Well, the fact that she put it on speaker.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine thinking to do that.
To have
so,
the foresight
so
to do that. So.
Absolutely.
And she said he'd been confrontational in the past, so she just feared that, you know,
so
something could
crazy
happen.
over floor plans.
Over floor plans.
My goodness. Well, thanks for that.
Yeah,
That's some good info.
Sure, absolutely. In happier news, we have Pat Boone, the world-renowned singer and performer, is coming to charm Laguna Woods Village audiences at 7 p.m. on Valentine's Day, Wednesday, February 14th at the Performing Arts Center. Boone, who can be recognized by hits including Moody River and Love Letters in the Sand, will be bringing his mix of past and present tunes. Alongside his variety of 41 top 40 hits from the 50s and 60s, Boone said he will perform some of his more recent hits in hopes of inspiring others that 83 years old doesn't necessarily mean retirement. Boone told our reporter Emily Rasmussen, "In a way, I do represent a happier time that we remember when life seemed more simple." Over Boone's performance career, he sold more than 45 million records and appeared in more than a dozen films, among other stints. Throughout his 60-plus years performing, Boone said that his excitement to perform with live audiences has grown in his golden years. Boone said in addition to his top hits, he plans to mix it up with songs from his most recent album, Legacy, which features primarily gospel music, and tunes from his 20-year-old album, In a Metal Mood, in which he covers heavy metal songs. Now, won't that be interesting?
I don't remember that.
Nor do I.
That'll be good. Well, you know, I think it's nice to, you know, bring the old and the new together, and it'll be a nice, refreshing, fun performance.
And
I'm sure.
I do hear that the performance is sold out.
Oh,
so
I'm sorry if you guys
so
missed it.
If you guys missed it, well.
Does he record any of that? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I suppose there would be a website that we could all go look at.
He does have a website,
Perfect.
so maybe it'll be on there.
Perfect.
So in other news, we have a new business that's coming to Laguna Woods Village, actually Laguna Woods. On March 8th, Your Home Care will be expanding their at-home assistance services with a walk-in senior daycare center for those who require a hand in staying active and engaged in mind.
Huh.
Yeah, the 2,600 square foot building is located at 24191 Paseo de Valencia in Laguna Woods. Sagal Ronan, the administrator, details their rates at $80 for full day, $45 for half day, and $15 for hourly care. The daycare will operate Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. However, hours may change depending on their clientele's needs, she said. Each patron will be provided with a registered and licensed caregiver aide, background check, tuberculosis tested with a history of experience, Ronan said. Colorfully dubbed as a social club by owner Boyd Warner, the facility's vision is grounded in interaction. Warner describes one station outfitted with gym equipment for light workouts, another station dedicated to board and card games, as well as a station for puzzles and crafts. A station with 5 or 6 theater chairs will be provided for movie screenings. There will also be a library that will host classes in step with the digital age, things like how to run iPads, help with emails, and also how to preserve memory.
Huh.
So the facility will open its doors to the public on March 8th with a grand opening alongside food, music, and raffles.
I think that's great.
Yeah, oh, there they are. Yeah.
So that you can walk in, sign in, and then you can do whatever they have going on all day.
Right, they've got just different stations. He said from low energy to high energy.
Okay.
And the patrons can choose what they want to do that day, and
I love
they can
that.
come by the hour or by the day, half day or full day. So
And the fact that they have people helping them is nice too.
yeah. So it sounds like a great program. And for more information, you can go to yourhomecare.com.
Great.
And get all the information.
I love that.
Yeah.
And thank you for all the great information, the unfortunate event, and then the other two things are awesome.
A little bit of good, a little bit of bad.
Yeah,
So
yeah, which
that's life.
That's right.
And
That's right.
life
It's
here
and-
in Laguna Woods Village and everywhere else in the country.
Right, and we appreciate you bringing us all the details. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Good to see you, and
Good
we'll
to
see you next time.
You will indeed.
And we'll be right back after this.
I wanted to give my brother a ceremony that would honor his life. Our family had experienced joy and pain, disconnect and frustration with my brother, and yet he was someone that I loved dearly. People are worthy to be honored. That's why I trust O'Connor Mortuary.
At Diane's Hallmark, we're ready for Valentine's Day. Are you? Come in and see our great selection of cards and gifts. We have everything you need to show that special someone how much you care. And don't forget those grandkids either. Diane's Hallmark has many cards and gifts for them as well. Diane's Hallmark is located in the Marketplace Center, right next to Hobby Lobby. We have something for everyone. Come in today and take care of all your Valentine's Day needs.
I'm Cindy Whitney, and today we're going to be spotlighting someone who is thriving in the village. Now, many of you are aware of the Thrive Project, which is an initiative in Laguna Woods where residents can go out and capture someone with their smartphone, either with a video or a still image, and they can post it online so everyone can see it. Or you may be tuning in on Thursday mornings at 9:30 on Village Television to see the Thrive Project show. Well, today we're going to be spending some time with a self-admitted thriver, and we're here in the photo lab at Clubhouse 4 talking with Mark Rabinowitz. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Cindy.
Nice to see you.
Always good to see you, too.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to start by asking you a question.
Ask away.
And the question is, I think the term thrive is kind of an abstract concept where everybody sort of has a different idea of what it is.
Sure.
What does thriving mean to you?
Thriving to me is happiness in my retirement. It's meeting new folks that bring happiness to me. It's doing new things that I've never done before. It's kind of a cumulative situation where you start putting all these little pieces together and you look in the mirror one day and say, wow, this is kind of fun.
Oh, so it's sort of like adding another dimension to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay, that's a great definition of thriving.
That's mine.
It is yours, exactly. That's exactly what we want. So I will ask you, how are you thriving here? What is it that you do that gives you that feeling?
Okay, it's involvement. It's working with people. People have said to me, many folks, God, you're always so busy.
Yeah.
And the answer is, yeah, I am busy, but I'm busy by choice. I do all the photography work for the theater groups, both Old Pros and Theater Guild. I'm president of the Camera Club here where we're standing. I've been on the board of the Camera Club since 2011. I'm on the Trading Post up at TV6. And just all kinds of other little things. I do a lot of photography work for the village through VMS. So I'm always moving, and that to me, well, it's what I did in my career. It was always moving, and so that's what I know, and I'm very happy doing that.
So is it safe to say that part of your thriving experience is to know that the results of your creative efforts are enhancing somebody else's experience here because you're putting things in different media.
Yep.
You're showing behind the scenes of the Performing Arts Center and other things like that that people wouldn't get to see. So you're helping them thrive too.
Well, you're going to get a short answer to your question. The answer is yes.
No, I don't want a short answer.
Okay, no short answer.
That's all right.
I got started photographing for the Old Pros about 4.5 years or so ago. David Deering asked me to come photograph Shakespeare out in Clubhouse 1 out in the patio. And that was the slippery slope. I stepped onto it and I've been sliding ever since. And that led to more photography work for the Old Pros, and then the Old Pros, there's so many crossover people between the Old Pros and the Theater Guild that I started photographing for the Theater Guild as well as the Old Pros. And it was headshots and it was cast party slideshows.
Right.
And then David and I started working together on a lot of that. And then it just one thing led to another, and it's just been a joy because I've met so many people who have opened up so many avenues to me. And then, like I said, I've been photographing for VMS for Heather up in the building, and the rec department, and just more and more they keep, can you go do this? Can you go do that? And yeah, and I meet new people that way. And it just grows.
It's great. You know, I'm going to say something on behalf of the person who might say, I don't know what thriving would look like for me.
Yeah.
That's your thriving, but I don't know. I don't know as if I would even know it. So I'm going to take you back into your previous work life.
Sure.
I know that you did sales and marketing.
Right.
Was there anything there that led you to this, or what was your process of becoming so involved in things here?
Well, I think I can answer that this way. In my career, I learned to succeed. And one success led to 2 more, and 2 more led to 4 more, and it just kept snowballing. There were certainly things that happened that didn't succeed, but I knew I could do it. And I found that in knowing I could, I wanted to. And so I kept pressing forward. And it's been the same thing here, no different.
Right.
There have been things that I've succeeded at here in the village, things that I haven't. Good example, Sheila Bialka asked me to go up and see Stephanie up at Channel 6 because they needed somebody on the trading post. I thought, I've never been on TV before. But I went and sat down and started working with Sally, and we just hand in glove type of situation, became fun. And now I wouldn't miss it for the world. It's a joy to go up and do this.
Yeah.
And that's part of the way I thrive.
And that's a good point. It's fun, because if it were a task or it was something that you had to labor over, or you really didn't want to do it, and you sort of woke up and got, oh gosh, I've got to go
to work. Yeah.
No, so it's not any of that. It's just something joyful, and you say, I look forward to doing that.
There are mornings that I'll wake up. This week being the week prior to Christmas, I've had nothing on my calendar except the trading post today. Yesterday, I woke up and said, okay, going to the gym. Never got there. Sat in my bathrobe all day and just worked on stuff.
Yep.
And that was thriving.
Yeah. What a luxury that is, isn't it?
Oh, delightful. I love retirement.
I have self-directed life. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. But that's part of the way I thrive here. Yes. And I don't know how else to do it. But it's keep moving forward, keep doing.
Yes.
Keep involving, keep working with the people and meeting new people and growing as a village resident.
Yes. And I think also, I know that you're involved in educating people too.
Yes.
People that come into the camera club, or people that take classes here, Saddleback and so forth. So you have set up an environment for them to succeed and to become interested in photography, and I think a lot of people have always wanted to do that, so you help them get there. Because I think thriving is either something that you never thought you'd do, or something that you always thought you'd do, and so either one of those things, if you're doing those, that's pretty cool in your retirement.
I agree, it's pretty cool. Again, it's success.
Yes.
You find you do something and you do it and you do it again and it gets a little better, and you do it again and it gets even better, and suddenly someone walks up to you and says, wow, you're really doing a good job. And you think, ooh, maybe I'm succeeding at what I'm trying to do, and that's thriving.
Besides that personal satisfaction, you get validation from someone else, which is always nice, isn't it?
Well, it's always nice to have a pat on the back.
It is.
But the key is, you've got to get up off the couch and go do it. Something.
Exactly.
Try it.
Exactly, exactly. Well, I can't thank you enough for allowing us to come into your great photo lab today and to talk with you and ask you about your thriving experiences so that you can share those with others and hopefully inspire somebody else to
hope so.
Think about taking those steps so that they can be thriving too.
If I inspire one person in this village, I will be thriving.
Inspired me. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
It's nice to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Thank you. Well, that's our little bit for today. If you're interested in being on our little segment spotlighting someone thriving in the village, please contact Village Television at the address listed below, and be sure and watch the Thrive Project Thursday mornings at 9:30 a.m. on Village Television. See you soon.
Did you know there are over 400,000 seniors in Orange County today? Over the next 10 years, that number will more than double. So where does a senior or family caregiver go for information? Turn to us at the Council on Aging of Orange County. We can help you navigate the aging experience, understand Medicare, and know where to turn when a crisis occurs. As a local nonprofit since 1973, we serve 275,000 seniors every year. The Council on Aging, helping seniors remain healthy, connected, and protected.
Did you know that we are living longer, healthier lives than ever before? And did you know that social interaction, brain stimulation, and exercise improve your quality of life? Did you know the Saddleback College Emeritus Institute offers 200 tuition-free classes to older adults in South Orange County? With over 30-plus locations between Lake Forest and San Clemente, it has never been easier to take advantage of your third act of life. Sign up today.
Well, we have a couple movies to tell you about that are coming up this week, and the first one is on Friday. Marshall, which is a true story about Thurgood Marshall, who became the first African-American court justice, Supreme Court justice, and this really chronicles when he's younger, when he's starting out, and you know, all the struggles that he had in the South and all. What's impressive about this movie is the acting is really good. Josh Gad is in this, who usually does comedy, musical type things. Kate Hudson is in this, who usually does more lighthearted type movies. And yet this is, of course, a very heavy drama. So it follows his career. And I haven't seen the entire movie, so I don't know if it takes it up to the point that he's Supreme Court Justice. I don't believe it does. I think it's really about how he formed his law firm and that era there. But that will be on Friday at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
And then on Monday, February 12th, we have Logan Lucky. And it's about two brothers attempting to pull off a heist during a NASCAR race in North Carolina. And that is starring Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, and also Daniel Craig. And it's directed by Steven Soderbergh, who also directed Ocean's 11, 12, and 13. And if you didn't know, he also directed Magic Mike. And this is on Monday, February 12th at 2 p.m. And these movies both are brought to you by South County Lexus.
Yeah, I think that movie has, I've just seen a tiny bit of it, has kind of the flavor of the Ocean's movie.
Yeah, it does.
It's kind of the same.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same type of story, where they have to come up with all these impossible tasks and things to do to set this thing up. And
exactly. And Daniel Craig plays a totally different character than his James Bond.
So does he?
I think
I haven't seen it
you'll
yet,
like it.
so I don't know. And as I said yesterday, Adam Driver is in this, who's of course in the Star Wars movies, is Kylo Ren. So I've never seen him in anything else except those movies. So
and I didn't even recognize he was in this one until you pointed it out the other day. So.
Well, I know he did some things before, obviously before Star Wars. He did several different movies, but of course it's the Force Awakens, and that's what made him a name.
Absolutely.
And whether he likes that or not, that's what he's going to be.
That's what he's going to be known for from now on.
Once you're in a Star Wars movie, that's what you're identified as.
I wouldn't be complaining.
No, I would not be complaining
Not
at all. And he plays a good role in that movie. So Logan Lucky coming up. Our other movies coming up, we have another Star Wars character, basically. Harrison Ford stars in the new version of Blade Runner. It's Blade Runner 2049, and that will be on February 16th. And Ryan Gosling is in that as well. And Harrison Ford has done an excellent job of being many different characters and people just going along with it. So whether he's Indiana Jones or Han Solo or whatever, he's done so many different great roles that in this one, the original Blade Runner, people remember that he was in. So I haven't seen this one yet. It should be interesting.
You'll like it.
Yeah.
I saw that for sure.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah,
Very good.
I'm interested in seeing that.
It's really good.
And then on February 23rd, we have The Birdcage, which goes all the way back to the mid-90s and stars Robin Williams and Nathan Lane and Gene Hackman. That was a very good movie.
Very fun.
Yeah, and a very young Callista Flockhart was in that as well, who went on to become Ally McBeal in that series. So this was a very good movie, very well acted, and it's great. There she is. There's Callista Flockhart. So very good. Now, coming up on Mondays, we have several movies coming up, and I gotta get my sheet out to take a look at it here. But Witness is the other Harrison Ford movie, and if you remember that was all about an investigation of a murder that takes place, and the character that Harrison Ford plays has to go into Amish country, and everybody's very tight-knit, of course, there, and he's got to kind of find out what happened in this crime. And that was a very good movie, very different kind of movie. And then Only the Brave is coming up on the February 26th, and that movie is all about the Granite Mountain hotshot firefighters, and I believe this is based on a true story, fighting the wildfire that is threatening a small town. So that's a very intense movie. Again, I haven't seen it, but I watched the trailer on that, and that looks really good.
I always like movies that are based on some sort of real life happening or try to simulate it.
Yeah, and of course, after seeing parts of this movie, it certainly relates to what has been going on in this state over the past several months.
Absolutely.
So I think it'll kind of hit home. Hey, I want to tell you about a couple neat events that are coming up. This one is called Through the Eyes of an Artist, and it's an exhibition celebrating village residents through portraits. And this will be Saturday, February 17th at Clubhouse 2. There'll be paintings and drawings and photography. This will take place in the Sequoia Room. You can meet the artists and learn about each subject while you're enjoying live music and complimentary appetizers, wine, and champagne. So come on by. This is, as far as I know, this is a free event. And look at some great art, and maybe you'll recognize some of your neighbors that are the subjects in this art. You know, we have great artists here.
I know. I've seen so many different ones.
It's incredible.
All
it really
different,
is.
all different kinds.
Yeah.
Painting, pottery.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. All right. The weather today, very much what we had yesterday. You can see bright and clear out, and probably around the same temperatures, looking right around that 79 to 80 degree mark or so. And the wind is pretty much gone. We never really got it here yesterday. And even the Santa Ana winds they were talking about were to the north of us, and they weren't much of anything either, which is actually good news. Temperatures are going to really start to drop for this weekend to what our temperatures really should be. As you can see, we'll have that morning fog tomorrow and Saturday. More than likely on both days we'll have that. And then drop down to the mid-60s by Monday. And as I said earlier, there is a little chance of, if we get a little rain coming in on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, that low pressure system, which is really going to be southwest of us, And it's a cutoff low more than likely, so you never know what it's going to do, but there is a chance for that. But
All right.
normal temperatures finally.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, for at least a couple days.
We're a little tired of the heat.
I think so.
Okay.
Orange County looking good today. You know, go out and enjoy it. Enjoy this summer-like weather, especially go down the beaches if you can. Great time to go down there to the local beach, especially down in Laguna, and have lunch, because this is not normally a busy time for them. So you'll find parking is easy and great restaurants down there, and enjoy yourself. Take a walk on the beach and come on back. It'll be a nice mild day.
Very good, and there's no fog.
There's no fog.
So that's
No,
important.
although I like the fog. Being from the Bay Area, I like the fog. All right, our guest tomorrow?
And coming up tomorrow, we have Dan Ulweiler with Sterling Financial Advisors, and then we have a United update, and also Eli Zimmerman with a Matter of Balance Recreation. So come back with us tomorrow and have a great day in the village.
See you then. Bye-bye.